Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak Now, the podcast where we make speaking English easy, fun, and totally natural. I'm Mia.
And I'm Henry. Hey, everyone. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Today's episode is all about one of the most common questions you'll hear in English. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, yes, the classic. It sounds so simple, right? But when someone actually asks you this question, your mind goes completely blank.
Exactly. You know English, you can speak, but suddenly you're like, my name is, I am,
I like pizza?
So today we're going to help you answer this question confidently in any situation, whether it's a job interview, meeting new friends, or just chatting with someone at a coffee shop.
And don't worry, we'll keep it simple, natural, and fun. No boring textbook stuff here.
All right, Henry, let's start with the basics. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," what do they actually want to know?
Great question, Mia. So the thing is, this question is different depending on where you are and who is asking.
Right. For example, if you're in a job interview, they want to know about your work experience and skills. But if you're at a party meeting new people, they probably want to know your hobbies or where you're from.
Exactly. So rule number one, think about the context. Context means the situation, where you are and why someone is asking.
Let's give our listeners a simple formula they can use. Henry, what's the basic structure?
Okay, here's a super easy formula that works almost anywhere. Your name, where you're from, what you do, work or study. One or two interesting things about you. Hobbies, interests, or goals.
Perfect. Let's break that down piece by piece. First, your name. Now, this seems obvious, but there's actually a friendly way to do it.
Right. Don't just say, my name is John. That's correct, but it sounds a bit stiff, like a robot.
Like a robot. My name is John. I am from Earth.
Instead, try, hi, I'm John. Or, hey, I'm John. Nice to meet you.
Much better, more natural, more friendly. And if your name is difficult for English speakers, you can say, my name is Xiaoming, but you can call me Ming. Or, I'm Katarzyna. I know it's a mouthful. You can call me Kat.
Love that. It's a mouthful. Means it's hard to say. Great expression.
Okay, next part, where you're from. Henry, how do you usually say this?
Well, you can say, I'm from, and then your city or country. For example, I'm from Seoul, South Korea. Or, I'm from a small town near Berlin.
Nice. And here's a pro tip. If your city isn't very famous, you can compare it to a city people know. Like, I'm from Chiang Mai. It's in the north of Thailand. Or, I'm from a city called Puebla, about 2 hours from Mexico City.
That's super helpful. It gives people a reference point.
And if you've lived in different places, you can say, I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living in Canada for 3 years now.
Originally means where you were born or where you first lived. So, I'm originally from Tokyo, but I grew up in London.
Perfect. Now, here's a common mistake we hear. Some learners say, I come from China.
Is this wrong?
No, it's not wrong. It's grammatically correct. But it sounds a little formal or old-fashioned. Native speakers usually say, I'm from China, instead of, I come from China.
Right. I come from sounds like something from a formal essay. In normal conversations, stick with I'm from.
All right, now the third part, what you do. This could be your job, your studies, or even what you're passionate about.
Right. So if you're working, you can say, I work as a teacher, or I'm a graphic designer, or I work in marketing.
Notice Mia said, I work as a teacher, and I work in marketing. This is important.
Yes, we say I work as when we mentioned our specific job title, like I work as a nurse, or I work as an engineer.
Great explanation, Henry. Now, what if you're a student?
Easy. You can say, I'm studying biology at university, or I'm a student at Lincoln College, or I'm in my second year of medical school.
And what if you're between jobs or taking a break?
Good question. You can say, I'm currently looking for new opportunities, or I'm taking some time off to travel, or I recently finished my degree and I'm exploring different career options.
Those are all positive ways to say you're not working right now without feeling awkward about it.
Exactly. You're not saying I'm unemployed and sad. You're saying I'm in transition or I'm exploring. much better.
Okay, here's where it gets fun. This is the part where you show your personality. Tell people something interesting about you.
Right. This is where you can talk about your hobbies, your passions, or something unique about yourself. For example, in my free time, I love hiking and photography. Or I'm really into cooking. I try a new recipe every weekend.
I'm really into means you really like something or you're passionate about it. It's a great phrase. I'm really into jazz music. Or I'm really into learning languages.
You can also mention goals or dreams, like I'm hoping to start my own business someday, or I'm working on improving my English because I want to study abroad.
That's perfect. It makes the conversation more interesting and gives people something to ask you about.
Now, here's a common mistake we hear. Some learners give too much information. They tell their whole life story.
Yes, they start with, I was born in 1995 in a small hospital, and they don't stop.
Yes. Remember, keep it short and sweet. You can always share more details if people ask questions.
A good introduction should be about 30 to 60 seconds. That's it.
Okay, let's put everything together with some real examples. Mia, why don't you go first?
Sure. Imagine I'm at a networking event, meeting new people. Here's what I might say. Hi, I'm Mia. I'm originally from Vancouver, Canada, but I've been living in Portugal for the past 2 years. I work as a language teacher and podcast host, which is basically my dream job because I love helping people communicate better. Outside of work, I'm really into yoga and trying new coffee shops. Oh, and I'm currently learning Portuguese, so if you hear me messing up words, that's why.
Perfect. That was friendly, natural, and interesting. You gave just enough information.
Thanks. Okay, your turn, Henry.
All right, let me try. Let's say I'm at a casual party. Hey everyone, I'm Henry. I'm from Sydney, Australia. Yes, I've seen kangaroos. And yes, they're actually pretty scary. I work in software development, which sounds boring, but I actually get to create apps that help people learn new skills, so that's pretty cool. When I'm not coding, I'm probably playing basketball or binge-watching detective shows. I'm also trying to learn Spanish, but honestly, I'm still at the hello, how are you level.
I love it. You made it personal, you made it funny, and you gave people lots of things they could ask you about. Kangaroos, basketball, detective shows, Spanish.
Exactly. That's the goal. You want to open doors for conversation, not close them.
Great point. Now, let's do one more example, but this time for a job interview. This one needs to be more professional.
Okay, so in a job interview, you still want to be friendly, but you need to focus more on your professional experience and skills.
Right. Here's how I might introduce myself in an interview. Thank you for having me. My name is Mia Chen, and I have about 5 years of experience in digital marketing, specializing in social media strategy. I'm currently working at a tech startup where I manage campaigns for international clients. Before that, I worked at an advertising agency where I learned a lot about brand development. I'm really passionate about storytelling and how it connects brands with people. Outside of work, I enjoy photography, which actually helps me think creatively about visual content for campaigns. I'm excited to be here because this role seems like a great fit for my skills and interests.
Wow. That was professional, clear, and showed confidence without sounding arrogant.
Thanks. Notice how I focused on my work experience first, mentioned specific skills, and then connected my hobby to the job.
That's smart. You showed that even your personal interests are relevant to the position.
Exactly. In a job interview, try to make connections between who you are and why you'd be good for the job.
And don't forget, they asked you to tell them about yourself, not just read your resume. Show some personality.
All right, let's talk about some mistakes learners often make. Henry, what's the first one?
Number 1, being too modest or too vague. Some learners say things like, I'm just a student, or I don't really do anything special.
Aw, don't sell yourself short. Sell yourself short means you don't give yourself enough credit.
Exactly. Instead of, I'm just a student, say, I'm studying engineering at university and I'm really interested in renewable energy.
Much better. Mistake number 2, using grammar that's too complicated and making errors.
Yes, some learners try to use really advanced grammar to sound smart, but then they make mistakes and feel embarrassed.
Remember, simple and correct is better than complex and wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying, I like reading, instead of trying to say, I have been enjoying the activity of literature consumption.
Exactly. Keep it natural.
Mistake number 3, giving yes or no answers. If someone asks, what do you do? And you just say, I'm a teacher, that's technically correct, but it kills the conversation.
Right. Add one more sentence. I'm a teacher, I work with young children, and I love seeing them learn new things.
Perfect. And mistake number 4, forgetting to smile or make eye contact.
Oh, yes. Body language is so important. Even if your English isn't perfect, a warm smile and good eye contact show confidence and friendliness.
And if you're in a video call or recording yourself, look at the camera. It's like making eye contact through the screen.
You know what's interesting, Mia? Different cultures introduce themselves in very different ways.
Oh, absolutely. In some cultures, people are taught to be very modest and humble when talking about themselves.
Right, like in many Asian cultures, it's considered polite to downplay your achievements. You might say, I'm still learning, or I'm not very good at this, even if you're actually quite skilled.
But in English-speaking cultures, especially in North America, it's more common to speak positively about yourself and your abilities. It's not considered arrogant, it's just being honest and confident.
Exactly. So if you come from a culture where modesty is valued, it might feel uncomfortable at first to say, I'm good at this, or I'm proud of that achievement.
But remember, you're not bragging, you're just answering the question honestly. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance.
Great point. Confidence is saying, I have strong communication skills. Arrogance is saying, I'm the best communicator you'll ever meet.
Exactly. Also, in some cultures, people include a lot of personal information, like their family, their age, their marital status.
But in many English-speaking countries, especially in professional settings, you don't need to mention these things unless you want to.
Right. You don't need to say, I'm 28 years old, single, and I live with my parents. You can just focus on your professional or educational background.
Of course, in casual social situations, you can share more personal things if you feel comfortable.
Okay, we've given you a lot of information. Now, let's practice making it sound natural.
Here's a tip. Record yourself. Use your phone and record yourself introducing yourself in English. Yes, then listen back and ask yourself, does this sound natural? Is it too fast or too slow? Am I using good vocabulary?
You can also practice in front of a mirror. It might feel silly at first, but it really helps you get comfortable with the words and your body language.
Another great way to practice is with a language partner. You introduce yourself, they introduce themselves, and you can give each other feedback.
And remember, the more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, you won't need to think about it. It'll just flow naturally.
Now, let's quickly go over some useful phrases and vocabulary that can make your introduction sound more natural.
Great idea. Here are some good transition phrases. Actually, use this to add surprising or interesting information. To be honest, use this to share your true feelings. These days, use this to talk about what you're doing currently. Lately, similar to these days.
For example, I work as an accountant. To be honest, it's not my passion, but lately I've been exploring graphic design in my free time.
Perfect. That sounds so natural. Here are some more useful phrases. I'm passionate about. I've always been interested in. I recently started. I'm hoping to.
These phrases help you talk about your interests and goals in a natural way.
Wow, we covered a lot today. Henry, let's do a quick recap for our listeners.
Sure. So, when someone asks, tell me about yourself, remember, think about the context. Is it formal or casual? Use the basic formula: name, where you're from, what you do, and something interesting about you. Keep it short, about 30 to 60 seconds. Be natural and friendly, not robotic. Show your personality.
And remember these grammar tips. Say, I'm from, not I come from, in casual conversation. Use I work as for job titles, I work in for industries. Use I'm really into to talk about hobbies and interests.
Avoid these common mistakes. Don't be too modest or too vague. Don't make your grammar too complicated. Don't give one-word answers. Don't forget to smile and make eye contact.
And if you're in a video call or recording yourself, look at the camera. It's like making eye contact through the screen.
Yes, your cat or dog will be a very good listener. They won't judge your mistakes.
And if you want extra practice, leave us a comment on YouTube introducing yourself in English. We'd love to meet you.
That's a great idea. We'll read some of them and maybe give you some feedback in our next episode.
Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be clear, confident, and authentic. Your unique personality is what makes your introduction special.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to hear a boring, memorized speech. They want to meet the real you.
So practice, make mistakes, learn from them, and keep improving. That's how you become fluent.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode of Speak Now. Thank you so much for listening.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident the next time someone asks, "Tell me about yourself."
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share this with a friend who's learning English.
And if you have any topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, leave a comment below. We read all of them.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and
speak
let's
now.
Speak now.
Bye, everyone.
See you next time.